Alright, so here is part 3 of my question answering blog. There's so many things. One is I'm terrible, so terrible at drawing, so I wish I could at least draw something, but I'm terrible, so can't even draw stick figures or, you can't even draw a heart really. I would love to be a doctor or a surgeon because I love doing that kind of thing, and I was really good at sciences, the applied part of sciences, like dissecting and that kind of thing. So the answer is no, but I've always had an interest in wanting to do it because um, I've always lived in kind of a small family. When we moved to Canada, I didn't have very much family over here, so I didn't get to grow up around grandparents and those kind of things that most families have, grandparents and great-grandparents, but most of my grandparents died pretty early, and the ones that weren't, I didn't get to know. So I know that my grandfather was a boxer, and my grandmother was a dancer, a professional dancer. I think she danced for, like, the Queen or something like that. So something crazy, but yeah, I don't know enough about it, and I would like to know more. I don't really know how you go about researching that, so I'm sure someday I will definitely get into it. I'm not 100% sure I know exactly what you're talking about, but I guess what I think is that, when we tour and stuff, obviously that is, we make all the money off the merchandise right now, so that's probably the most profitable if you buy things from us when you see us live. But obviously we're not playing everywhere around the world all the time, so I guess the internet definitely helps us a lot because, we can sell our CD and our merchandise to people all over the world who, we may not get over to see them, within the next year, next couple of years, so they can at least have a way to at least see us and, have our product. I don't think any of us really think of having nicknames for ourselves. I guess a couple of us do. Like, people call me B, so obviously my name is Bernadette, and that gets a little bit long to say at times, so I don't mind being called B, but I don't like being called Bernie or Bern or anything of that nature, I guess. But a few people call me that, and I let it slide, but my mom hates it, and people would call my house all the time, be like, is Bern there, or is Bernie there? She'd be like, who's Bernie? Nope, sorry, he doesn't live here. So they eventually called back and realized that, she was just joking around with them and that my name is not Bernie or Bernadette, it's just Bernadette, so. Or B, that's okay. Also, T2, that works for him because we have both Toms, so they got nicknames pretty quickly just to sort out which Tom we were talking to. So T2 and OT, original Tom, and Tom 2, I guess. Darrell hasn't really been with us long enough to pick up any crazy nickname, and Neil's real name is Clark, so I guess Neil is kind of a nickname, but nothing crazy. Our old guitarist, this is a long time ago, he had some ridiculous names that we just were so against, and one of them was the 8 Balls, which is disgusting, and I apologize to anybody who might have that name for their band, but the other one was the Spartacles. He liked something like, space stuff. Then we kind of toyed around with things like the Sleeping Saints, because I think Neil researched and Saint Bernadette is the sleeping saint, so we thought maybe the Saints, but that was kind of taken by a lot of bands. We also thought maybe the Special Guests at one point, because I think when we were on tour the first time with Quo, we were just known as the Special Guests. That was the only one I kind of did like, but I like the North. What other names would you use? What do you think? If you had a band, what name would you come up with? Such a funny question because there's so many things you kind of think about, but when it comes down to it, it's like the hardest thing to do because, a name can kind of make or break you. So let me know your ideas. What would you think? I'm sure all the guys in the band would tell you it's the most annoying sound in the world, but I think they've gotten used to it, and it sounds something like this and different ranges of this. So, or, and then, so just different ranges of that, and I do that for about a half an hour, and different kind of mouth stretches, so you stick out your tongue. It's not very attractive to look at, but it goes with it, and just stretching out your face muscles and things like that. But definitely just the trilling, the first thing I did, is the main thing I do to warm it up. Maybe sing a little bit, and that's about it. Anyway, keep the questions coming, and hopefully Neil will get this up soon. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.